Hiya, so I'm Stephanie and I run keepingitwiththeairline.co.uk. Just a little bit of background about me because I've never done a vlog before. I'm a journalism student at the University of Northampton and I run A-Line on the side of my course just as something fun to do. Okay, so I decided to do vlogs because I've actually left my camera charger somewhere. I don't know where. It's probably in the abyss somewhere, floating around, and I've just got my fingers crossed that it's going to come back to me at some point. But until then, I decided I'm going to do vlogs because it's a really good way for me to show you the products that I've been using, and because style blogging is so visual, I didn't want to miss out on that. Okay, so this post is going to be about the 4 main products that I would take with me anywhere, regardless of the season, even though we're going into summer now, even though it doesn't feel like it. Okay, so the first product that I've got are these 2 Essie nail varnishes. This one is called Fed Up, and it's described as being a really sheer coverage, and I would agree entirely with that, because this one needs at least 3 coats to look as pigmented as it is there, which was really disappointing for me when I first bought this one. And this one is called Cocktail Bling, and this one is probably my favourite. I love this one. I mean, I'm wearing this one right now, and I've put 2 coats on this one on my hand here, and it looks almost identical to the colour in the bottle, and that's always what I'm looking for when I buy a new nail varnish, because I don't want to have to put so many coats on. Like with this one, I'm not really up for the faff of having to put 100 coats on to get the colour that you want, whereas this one, I just got it straight away. And this is, out of these 2, I would always take this one with me, but I wanted to show you this one because Essie have recently brought out a new brush, and if I show you here, the brush makes so much difference when you're putting it on. If I show you this brush there, you can see that that brush is really thick, and that aids you when you're putting on a coat, because it means that it can be really even. And this one, I don't know whether you can see that, there we go, is really thin. And usually that wouldn't be a problem. With a lot of nail varnishes it's not a problem, but for some reason the Essie formula takes a much better to the thicker brush, because the formula must just be a lot thinner. And when you're using the thin brush, as it's drying, if you've put too much on, all the product will move to one side, and that's not what you want, because you're not going to get an even coverage. So this one I was disappointed with, and this one's called Fed Up, and this one I would recommend to anybody. So I'm actually might go in again today and have a look at more of the colours. I got this one from TK Maxx, but I think you can get them from Superdrug. They're about £11 retail price. But this one, I actually got this one and some other colours for £10 from TK Maxx. So that was really good. And then just quickly, another reason why I highlighted that these 2 have got different brushes as well is if you want to buy them on eBay, you might be disappointed, because you might be sent these ones if they're cheaper. I'm not sure. So my second product is this Lush body cream called Vanilla Delight. You can see it there. And this is heavenly. I would take this with me if I'm going away for a weekend, if I'm going away for a month. And this bottle, although it looks small, you got quite a lot in it. I took this away for a month and I've not used very much of it. It looks like I've not used much of it at all, but in fact I have been using it every day. And if I just show you as well on my hand, the actual formula look is quite thick. And it smells heavenly as well. If you like musky smells in your cream, then you're gonna love this, because it smells so vanilla-y and a little bit coconutty as well, which suits me down to the ground. Anyway, so when it's on my hand, you can see, if as I rub it in, it goes from being this really thick cream into being a really, really silky cream that just covers everywhere. I mean, I could put that all over my arm. I've actually put quite a lot on. This has got extra virgin coconut oil in, so I think that's probably one of the reasons why it spreads so easily once you've got it on, and it's really good if you're in a rush. You've not got to worry about it to dry. Your skin basically drinks it in instantly as soon as you've put it on. So that's why this is my number 2. I would take this with me anywhere. It's perfect for dry legs. It's more of a body cream. I would never use it on my face, just because, as with all Lush products, the fragrance is quite strong, and I wouldn't want to put that on my face particularly, just because I would be afraid that it was going to bring me out in a breakout. Okay, so my third product is my first ever MAC lipstick. Now, I can probably hear some of you with shocked voices right now, but I've been avoiding MAC because I've got the feeling that once you go to MAC, you never turn back. And I know that's a bit cheesy, but when you try MAC products, you just become obsessed with them and you want to try all of the MAC products. And because they're so expensive, for me to get through all of the MAC products, it would probably take me a good year, 2 years to try them all, get through them all. And maybe even more, because there are so many different varieties of lipstick. And I'm quite big on lipstick. I like wearing my lipstick every day. And I'm always looking for one that can be worn every day. And this one does that for me. This is the MAC Creme Cup in Creme Sheen finish. I'm not sure how well you can see that. But this one's had a lot of hype on YouTube and a lot of hype amongst bloggers, just because I don't think there's anybody who doesn't like it. It's not really had very much bad press. Anyway, so if I hold this next to my face, I'm actually wearing it now, so you can see the colour difference actually on your lips, and I think it actually looks a bit of a darker pink on my lips than it does on here, but I like that. It's a perfect lipstick for me. And also the Creme Sheen, I chose the Creme Sheen over the other MAC finishes because my lips can become quite dry throughout the day. I have to put a lot of lip balm on. As you probably know if you've read my blog before, I like to try a lot of lip balm out to see which ones are the best, because even though I'd probably be wearing this, I would probably have a lip balm underneath it as well. But with this one in particular, I wouldn't necessarily need to unless it was a particularly dry day or windy day. And my last but definitely not least is my favourite product since about Christmas time, maybe a little bit before then, is my Illamasqua Liquid Rich Foundation. Now, I've not heard very much about this, and I'm not sure why, but this is my favourite foundation. It's extremely high coverage, and that's what I asked for. I bought this from Selfridges in Birmingham at the Bullring, and I was just sat down and I was like, give me high coverage, I want high coverage, I don't want anything else, I just need high coverage. And she brought this out and was like, this is used for tattoos, and I was suddenly like, oh no, she's going to need a trowel to put this on. But actually, although it is quite thick, that doesn't necessarily work against it. And if I just put a little bit on my hand, I'll show you. Now, this is a good representation of how much you would actually need for your whole face. I would only use this much for probably my whole face. I mean, I don't know, give or take the day, this would be enough. But if I rub it in with my finger, I usually use a brush, which is why you just saw hopping up and down there, and I use the Real Effects stippling brush, mainly just because this one's so high coverage. It's such a good buffer. I like to buff it into my skin. Anyway, if I use my fingers to rub this in, you can see it's really, really creamy and really thick, and it gives you basically the ultimate high even coverage that you could ask for, and I think that was quite a good representation of it. Now, when you first start rubbing it in, it is quite worrying because you think, "Oh my God, look how thick it is. This is not gonna rub in. What do I do?" But it does rub in, and it does create high coverage that you want. And I do use this product all year round. But I have to say, in the summer, I like to mix this. I would use this for my T-zone and my nose area, and maybe like if I've got the odd blemish, I would just cover it up with a little bit of this. I mean, it's a perfect substitution for concealer in the summer. If you want to use this, you can do. I sort of mix between a few because I like to try different ones out. But this, if I'm going out, I know that this is going to do the job, so I'll always put this on when I'm going out. As well, in the winter, it gives you the high coverage that you need. But I would say my housemate has got this as well, and she says that it gives her quite dry skin. So I would moisturise before you put it on. For me, however, I always moisturise anyway before I put my foundation on because it's a really good base. It hasn't dried my skin out yet, and I haven't found it drying. So that's probably the only downside to this foundation. And obviously, if you don't like really high coverage, this isn't going to be great for you because that's what it gives you. But I find that it gives you a really flawless, even look really quickly. Although I would say it's definitely worth giving it the time. Get a good brush. I mean, you can get one of these if you'd like. This is just the one I prefer. And spend the time buffing it around your face in like a circular motion. Because it really helps try and get rid of any lines that you've probably left. And if you're in a rush, then it's a foolproof way of getting perfect skin. Okay, so they're my 4 products that I would always use and will keep with me if I'm going anywhere. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you like it, please like the button on YouTube, and then I will see if I'm going to do some more videos. So thank you for watching.